pack of cards,
Here, take this one
a
off.
couple energy
You
drinks.
gotta do
It's
it.
not
Let me
much.
do it.
Certainly, I love you to check out like the play mats and T-shirts and stuff because I think that's really good value. Like the T-shirt and playmat combo.
But he had like a couple of energy drinks, man, for $5. The world sure is different because it costs like $5 for one energy drink.
Depends on what kind you buy.
They are expensive, Tony, with the energy drinks.
Yeah.
You might give some money.
No. Not. This is old. We're not giving any money to this.
It's great. You get a shirt, you get a play mat if you happen to game, and you can support the game that way. But maybe you don't play games, or you can't back the Kickstarter. Just telling other people about its existence is also super, super helpful. Please, at least take a few minutes to check out the Kickstarter, watch the video. I'll explain a lot more about what's going on with this app. And if
he made a video to tell you to watch another video instead of just telling you what's in the other video.
That way he gets 2 views. He's a marketing genius, Tony.
Yeah. All right, so you guys think that I'm way out of line with the whole Jeremy's gay thing, right?
We're on the edge here, Tony. Give us more evidence.
Convince us.
One more bit of evidence.
Get me something to drink as well.
This is a video from the quartering.
So, Coach Red Pill asked me, actually stated, really, keep sucking on Sargon's dick, boy. V says that Sargon's cum tastes awfully good. So does it?
Who likes waking up in the morning and drinking some coffee and listening to a fucking madman? This dude is losing his shit. It's never too early for Naked Liam. Yo. If you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. Just going to sit here and draw some ninjas and listen to Liam. Yeah, man. He is. Prayers for Wiggle. Prayers for Wiggle. Because you know what? He's not doing a lot of wiggling right now. Wiggles ain't wiggling. Wiggles is laid up sorry. That's what happens when you spend the first part of your life just stacking Hajis. Wiggles is like, hey, yeah, I was in the service. Thanks for my cervix. He makes jokes, but it's like, I'm like, what did you do? Oh, no, I was just over there digging ditches. Right. It's like you got the guys who like came over like, man, I was doing this and I was fucking kicking doors and doing crazy shit. You're like, yeah, he wasn't. But the dude who comes back and he's like, yeah, I didn't really do anything. I'm just an advisor. That's the fucking snake eater. What were you doing over there? Nothing. I was just digging ditches. Shit. That's what you say if you're in the unit. Cyber Ape. We should do open call too right now. If you want to be fucking war campaign, just go ahead and call in. Your first step is dealing with me. So if you want to fucking call yourself war campaign, go ahead and call in. And we'll start that process right now with a big old fuck you. All right, let's watch this shenanigans.
Like you to join me. I'm going to send you the link. I was going to have Scotsman come on, but it's early morning there and he has work. So
For a motherfucker who has monies,
just go to the.
he should be paying for fucking StreamYard.
Um,
StreamYard has gotten to the point where even millionaire cattle barons of Australia fucking won't pay for it.
Help a lot. As someone who's worked with me and as someone who was present at the time things were going down, I would very much appreciate your testimony for what's going on here, so that people know the truth as opposed to what they've been told and it's been recited over and over and over again. Here we go. So this is what's going on. So One Gun has began with
AKA
unprovoked
One
attacks.
Foot.
Today, I did nothing but clean the house and go out with my wife and family, the kids and my in-laws, to discuss having to move and relocate and uproot our entire lives. And I didn't fight with anyone. I didn't do anything combative. Nothing like that at all. In fact, I don't think there was anything yesterday either.
Oh shit. The in-laws came over and fucking sat him down. Listen, there's nothing we could really do about who our daughter picks to let come in her. We talked to her about allowing you, Liam Gray, to bust your nut in her. We couldn't do anything about it. You spread your little retarded seed all inside her gummy gums. Her sugar walls coated with your retarded ginger cum. And that's what we've had to deal with and come to terms with. Now, you made a baby with her. There's a connection that can't be broken. No matter how many times you go to the river, no matter how many times you declare you're going to do yourself in, you're going to have that connection with a daughter, with a baby, and there's nothing we can do about it. So, we're here to please bring our daughter back. We would prefer she lived within at least 30 minutes of where we live. You've taken our daughter and moved her down to Sydney, Walla Walla, which is about 2 dingery-doos away. We'd like to have it closer. We're willing to pay you extra every month so that you don't go on the internet or show your face. Can you do that, boy? And Liam Gray's like, no. Yeah, he says he didn't argue. I don't know what they fucking said. Or yeah, like, hey, we need to move again. They're probably like, what the fuck is this? What are you talking about, dude? Unless these are just like the most dunny fucking idiots on the planet. But luckily, Liam didn't get in any fights. He didn't fight with them.
We could probably go back a few days, but regardless, as of today, it was nothing. But today, this was put out there by One Gun, completely unprovoked. So first he hashtags Comicsgate in this so that the most amount of people will see it. And then he begins with artists beware of Liam Gray, which is a warning. And it's a scare tactic that he's going to attempt to use to frame a narrative here to chase people away from working with me in any capacity as he reframes history about what's going on here. Okay, I can come on in a bit. I would appreciate
I mean,
that,
to be
actually,
fair,
because,
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised One Gun wrote this shit. He is such a fucking SJW loser. Like he flexed on me one time with like, look at this logo and this front cover design that I did for this comic book. Like what? Hey, Matt Barr, look at this. I helped design this book. Okay. You ain't shit, Matt Barr. I helped design this book and a logo. Oh, all right, bro. Sounds good. You still don't know how to fucking read.
I don't have anyone else that can actually, recount actual events, and anything I say will just be taken as a lie anyway. So, but it would be nice to have people who actually, were there and can speak on this thing. Said, artists, let this be a warning before you work with Liam Gray.
We're living in a world of
the purpose here then is to just chase
receipts.
artists away, right? Shanna,
Living in...
Elle's coming out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you got caught. Close that door. I told you this is going to be serious, girls. I'm not joking around on this, okay? I've started. I'm
shit.
live. Close the door.
Oh my god, let me take a sip of coffee. I can't imagine ever being like, ladies, to my family, I need you to leave the room because I'm about to talk about some serious stuff. This is a serious stream. We're gonna stop now. We need to talk about something serious. A one-footed Negro who wishes he was Asian has declared himself my enemy with this fucking tweet. Which is weird. I think One Gun shit is. I think his whole account is private. So you can't even like see him. Like that's crazy. It's like he's not. He doesn't. He's too lazy to fucking like go through and block everybody because there's too many people he's talking shit about. So he's just gonna like protect his whole account so that he could just like talk shit all day. It's wild, dude. I've only had my run-in with Cody. I mean, I've had my run-in with this One Gun guy because of Cody Valiant. I was like, yo, that book looks like shit. And he fucking lost his mind so fucking hard. And then was like flexing some AI artwork. I was like, what? Hey, Matt Barr, look at that. Like he saw that I was watching the church show and was like, hey, Cynic, show this art. Hey, Matt Barr, look at this. And it was like fucking AI art. It was like, what the fuck? You're going to flex on me with some AI artwork, dude? Give me a break. So now, so One Gun, he couldn't catch any traction with me, no matter how charged up his fucking power wheelchair was. He couldn't catch any traction. So he's fucking moved on to Liam because that's just fucking low-hanging fruit. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, like, what has Liam Gray done to One Gun? I'm sorry, One Foot. What has he done to One Foot? I mean, if you think about what have you done, Liam, to One Foot that he's decided to like fucking kick it off? If you like go back through the history of Twitter and be like, where did it start? Are you lying to him? Like y'all were hanging out and he feels fucking betrayed because you were telling him shit and then he found and defending you and then he finds out that it wasn't real. Oh shit, everything that Liam was saying is bullshit. Now I'm gonna go proactive. I'm gonna get proactive, direct action with this fucking tweet. It's very bizarre. It's very like weird fucking weird shit.
Hold on, guys. Okay, hold on. Just a
Oh shit, he like pauses the fucking stream to like go fucking tell his family that if they don't leave the room, he's gonna kill himself. I'm speculating. Warning, this is a show of parody. I'm just fucking joking.
Sorry about that. The girls decided they want a chocolate. Because that's my that's my luck with timing. So anyway, here we go. So where is it? So it says, look at the pattern. Now, the goal here is to alienate people from potentially working for me. It is so that when people search my name and my company and look into things, they find this and then will not work with me. That's the goal here. It is to do harm. And not only that, it's a bunch of lies and hearsay. It's stuff that's been proven false. It's stuff that I've told him is false in the past. He is knowingly expressing this. He has been in the comment section of a stream.
Hop on, dude, if you want to.
Corrected him once already and told them what actually happened. And still, this is what they do. He says, because from what these artists have posted, this is not one misunderstanding. This looks like a whole factory line of bad management, unpaid labor.
Oh, are you looking to be
creepy
more
boundary pushing,
campaign?
and then acting like the artists up the problem when the project catches fire. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm sorry about how this is done. I've just got to sort of drag in each thing. So this is not.
Yeah, I imagine it just being a struggle session, like fucking Fight Club. Like you just get him on the porch and you get him onto my stream, and I just start fucking shit talking them for as long as I want. And if they break, then they can't hang. If anything, if any questions they break on, they get fucking shitty. They break, they can't go. And then if they make it all the way through the fucking struggle session, you know what? Fuck you. You can't make it. You know what your fucking first problem was? Asking, can I be work campaign? That is your fucking first problem right there, dude. The whole and then you sat here for 2 hours with me just talking shit, not realizing that you were already fucking rejected just for asking. Hey, can I be? Yeah, sure. Let me come talk shit to you for a little bit. All right. How was that? Nope. Fuck off. That's what I want to do. That's gonna be the game plan. You want to be on work campaign? Hit the link. Just by hitting the link, it's already a rejection. But feel free to hit the link. Somebody's on his second cup of coffee, and it's me. Family, get out. We're going to get serious here. Yeah, he does. This is a point where, like, TJ is like, yo, man, I think you're fucking lying, dog. We'll see. I don't think he's ever going to leave. He'll always be around. I was asking about that the other day. Like he was like, oh, his daughter knows about death because the Outback and because he's taught her and shown her things. And that explains why she was saying, I'm going to, quote, kill myself, which is crazy, dude. I mean, if I heard my kids say that, if I heard a 4-year-old kid say that, I would be like, where did you hear that? Because they repeat what they hear. You know what I mean? Like kids don't just like come up with that phrasing, especially that young. They're hearing it. And then it's like he says it while he's streaming. They want me to kill myself. They want me to multiple times dude fucking says it. And then is like shocked and is like, oh no, my kids, they just know about death. It's shenanigans. I mean, and then it's like I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, are you talking about the fucking kangaroo that you murdered in your kitchen? Is that where she learned about death? Like, did she like when you dragged the kangaroo out into the front yard for the dogs to eat? Like, did she watch that? There's just a fucking kangaroo carcass spread out in the front yard, and she like is playing with the bones. Is that what you're saying? Where is that Joey? Never a fucking photo, dude. Never a single fucking photo of him. Like, oh, hey guys, look at me. I pulled my car over and I'm standing in a fucking pasture with some cows. That's one thing. Like, yo, bro, you didn't even show yourself once with a fucking kangaroo? How does that happen? How do you kill a fucking kangaroo? Don't take photos of the fucking kangaroo. Have a baby crawling out of the fucking pouch, and then you don't have a photo of that. Damn shenanigans, bro. Shenanigans. All right, let me open up my stuffs. I'm gonna play, and then I'm gonna draw, and just let it play.
Number 2.
If you want to hop on, hop on.
She was the lead artist on Wonder Island 1 and Kakashi Motors 1, did her part and got blamed for delays, had her payment and credit threatened, and was allegedly owed over $3,000 in unpaid labor. Her message was simple: ditch the ego, pay the artist, and credit the people who carried the work. So let's start with that. Yuka was paid everything in her contract and above her rate. Yuka then retroactively gave herself a raise above her contracted rate. She was, I've got contracts with all of my artists. I was put into a situation where I either had to dox her, which would have had everyone go, Liam doxes girls and don't work with him because it was dox you and all of this other stuff, or I had to pay her just a retroactive raise that she just randomly assigned to herself because she was angry that I go and make Comicsgate. So that's not what actually happened. You know, like claiming that she was unpaid is not true. I did a full audit. We went through everything, and you know, that's all verifiable in a court of law if anyone wants to take it there. But that doesn't matter. That's not the point of this. One Gun was also present for that entire ordeal, saw what happened, and is still putting it this way. Yuka, at the time, she could have been illustrating further books, spent time doing fan projects and other things instead of finishing pages that she was requested to do.
One
She
Gun
did
was
one
not
pass
around
on one
when all this
pages,
shit was happening.
when they were handed in, as I asked to be done at the end of the completion of the project. She told me that's done, it's good enough, and just threw it in my face, basically, right? And then made it difficult for me to even get it. She handed things over out of a sense of professionalism to like not lose face with some other friends, and you know, even that I don't have access to my Discord, my scripts, any of that. So Yuka was paid everything she was contracted to pay to be paid and more. I'm still very sore over that, but they bring that up as the first point because that's the point. Yuka claiming she was unpaid was done to hurt me intentionally because she knew that Odie had done it and it had hurt me. It was actually the plot of the Christmas manga she had written. They were bonded over the same thing to hurt me. It was very silly. It was very something a silly little girl would do. That's the reality of the situation. You can say otherwise, but you know, Yuka worked with me for several years. We got 200 or so pages. At her peak, she was producing 2 pages a day. You can simply add up the work to the time over the course of the time spent to see how much work I got delivered compared to you know, the time that she was with me, as opposed to, you know, the pages. Is very easy to do. She was paid for everything she did and more and more. It's over an additional $3,000 paid to her, purely just as like, you know, just because the other option was doxing her, and I knew that, you know, I wanted to try and be friends with her again one day, and even if we didn't work together, I didn't want to dox her, and I thought $3,000 is a small price to pay for her just to go away, you know. And
Okay, this is what I remember. Tell me if I'm wrong, Chad, but the situation I remember being a lot different was that Yuka wanted to get paid. He was losing his shit about how he had already paid her. He was going to have receipts within 3 days. He was going to show receipts that he had paid her, that nothing was owed to her. And then 3 days later, he's like crying on a stream and paying her the money. And like you could hear his wife in the background, like upset that he's paying out this money. So he's paying out this money, doesn't have any receipts for anything, and it is like, okay, I was either pay her the $3,000 that she was demanding, or I dox her. Which is like, why would you even need to dox her? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you need to even have it? You know, all I had to do was say, I paid you, and here's the receipts. You black out her name or something. I mean, it's retarded that you have to like go online to fucking have the squabble with somebody. But I mean, if somebody was like, yo, you didn't pay me. Hey, Matt Barr did not pay me. I would be like, excuse me. Actually, you know what? And that did happen. Somebody was like, you didn't pay me this. And I was like, the fuck I didn't. And I went on PayPal, did a name search, beep, bop, boop. There it was. Had the screenshots, posted them. Look, there's where I paid you this, and that's where I paid you that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You remember that now that I showed you that. Okay, I did. So for somebody to be like, yo, you owe me $3,000. You owe me 3 bands, dog. 6, 7, no cap. Like, you owe me fucking $3,000. That's a lot of money. And if somebody was like, you owe me that, I'd be going through my fucking bank statement. There's no way that like there's not a paper trail for that amount of money. I don't care if it's through transfers or what, but there's no way that there's not a fucking digital paper trail, some sort of digital fingerprint, right? So you're like, yeah, man, 3 days, that's plenty of time to like pull out receipts. Because then it was like, ooh, I wonder if he's like, yo, I got the receipts, I'm showing it, and it's like, damn, Liam's gonna prove him wrong. And what does he do? 3 days later, he's fucking crying. His wife is crying, and she's She's getting paid finally for like work. This whole like, oh, she demanded a raise and all that shit. That's all like fucking. That's all straw man stuff. That has not. That's not part of the deal. The fact is that she was like, yo, can you just pay me for the shit that I've been doing? And he was trying to wiggle out of it. And he's the one who like went public with it, right? She's like trying to privately fucking talk to him about it. And he decides to like make it public and then takes this fucking L to the head. It's crazy. Like, think about that. Privately, the person comes to you and is like, yo, you got to pay me. And so you go public with it. Like, what the fuck? I paid this fucking person. I paid this. We're going to show them person. We're going to show what a fucking piece of shit this person is. We're going to go public with this. And then 3 days later, you got to like be on your fucking stream with a wife crying because you don't fucking have any proof that you paid and that you do owe. God damn, dude. That's crazy. The kangaroo is hired with the other people. The other people that like walk around his house and like assault him and shit. That's all been hired. Which is crazy, dude. His recent stuff has just been off the wall. Like people showing up at his house, people assaulting him, people threatening his family. And it's like, what's his proof now? What does he have? Like all the shit that he's been complaining about and making up, it's all been retroactively proven right with Risey's fucking clip. That's all he has to do. Oh, really? I'm saying all this shit I've been saying for fucking 5 years. Here's the proof of it. Here's an audio clip of Risey drunk as fuck saying to kiss your kid. And the interpretation of that audio is like all over the place. You know, it's all over the place. At one point I was like, is he saying that Liam was gonna sewer slide? He's gonna take a trip to the river? Is that what he's saying? Like within the next 3 weeks, you're gonna take a trip to the river? That's what I thought. You know, and then it's like I like asked Risey about it. I was like, what did you mean by that? And Risey was like, I was fucked up, dude. I had to like go back. He's like trying to interpret what he said, but he doesn't remember. So he's like, what would I have meant when I said that? Because I don't remember saying, like, oh my God, Risey. But yeah, everything has now been proactively proven right because of Risey's shit.
So I did that, but I paid everything that was in her contract. I've done everything I can, and I've been open to communication. The same hasn't been offered to me, so you know, blame me for that, I suppose. He goes on about Nerd Wonder. Nerd Wonder says she made completed Xenotype art for fully drawn and inked, but after the drama with Liam Gray, the work was not used, and she was not paid. She was paid, and the work was not used. Scotsman has spoken about this previously. PayPal and stuff has been showed. Transfers have been showed previously. The work that she produced was not what I requested. It was not to my satisfaction. That was not a pettiness. One page was literally it was a double page spread. I
see that like
a,
there's never been any
conspiracy
PayPal receipts
sort of
shown.
triangle with an eye in it style thing with characters in a chibi style lined up there. It was 2 pages. We waited over 2.5 months. There was multiple complications and frustrations that occurred through it, and then we found out
Never saw any
attempts to delay the release of the book. Scotsman can tell the full story and has before in the past. He has made all of this clear before. So everything else was ridiculous. As for too slow, yes, it was too slow by a considerable margin. It does not take 2 months to do, or 2.5 months to do 2 pages, especially when one page is entirely a black screen with white eyes drawn on it, about like 12 white eyes drawn on it. You know what I mean? She was paid, wished well, and that was.
He's blaming her about Wonder Island. How long does Wonder Island?
A year later, upon the announcement that my wife was pregnant and we were getting married, Then a scandal came out that was engineered, and people came forward and specifically whistle blew on that too. And all of their talk of using Inspect Element and all of this was ignored, and I was smeared. It was 5 years ago or 6 years ago. It might have been 7 years ago now, and it's over. I have no more interest in discussing it, but let's put it here to try to malign Liam without what's going on. Knowing that any pushback that anyone receives
me.
will be swarmed by all people that want it to be true and will recite every little thing and don't know anything about what actually happened besides what the haters told people because they're going to run with the narrative. Then there are the DMs where Liam tries to turn a working friendship into a situation romantic and sexual, and that was heavily edited as well. Down here. Then Odie.
Was it heavily edited? Was it heavily edited? I don't think so, dude. I think we all saw it. I think we all saw her first. We saw where Dark Gift coached you into calling it fake. We worked out how you said it was Photoshop. That got proven wrong. You know, the thing is, like, once you lie, you can't really be trusted. I mean, how many lies are you just like, yo, man, this fucking guy is insanely just out of his mind? And then you have we actually saw the whole conversation unedited. We're like, she's like, yo, the gist of it, right? We're paraphrasing it is you're like, yo, you like try to do some role playing shit, you know, where you like touch your hair and gently, passionately kiss or some shit. And she's like, yo, what the fuck? I'm not down with that. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you know. I just thought, you know, and she's like, yeah, I'm just kind of working and I'm not really into any kind of relationships right now. I've had like a bad relationship, you know, some shit. I'm not in a good spot for that shit. And he's like, yeah, I totally understand. But I want to fuck the shit out of you. Now that in part, I'm barely paraphrasing it. I think he was like, yo, yeah, let's get some work done. And just FYI, I would fuck the shit out of you. And she was just like, okay. And that's, you know, that was around before I was here. Those DMs and Ethan calling Liam the fucking Harvey Keitel, not Harvey Keitel, Hail Harvey Keitel. He ain't done a fucking thing wrong. Harvey Weinstein. He's the Harvey Weinstein of Comicsgate, little sex pest. That's funny. He just brushes right over that shit. It's like, no, that was all edited, heavily edited.
In a time from 2018 to 2021. Did 140 pages and 9 illustrations. Says the campaign raised 6.5 thousand euros. He only paid recently. That's not true either. Odie also came out and said that he was lying because he didn't want to have any sort of trouble. Publicly apologized for it on his Twitter. Said that he just wanted to get away from everything and things just didn't turn out the way that he wanted them to, and that he was very sorry. He said that I was one of the best partners he had. That I never break. No, so that's 3. Let's go to 4. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna. Here we go. But again, we will.
Lesson learned for him, man.
He only got paid recently, and the final book came printed out backwards. Backwards, again, he yells all in capital letters. You had one job, make the book. The book came out facing the wrong direction, like even the printer was trying to escape. So, okay, hold on. 1 moment. I should have this ready before we go, but I've done this before. I'll do it again. Where is it? My wife's in the book.
Jesus Christ, look at the shape of this fucking guy. You're like a fucking
This is
pregnant
the
man. You're like,
as you can see, it is not backwards. It is printed perfectly fine. There are no complications or errors, no issues whatsoever.
yo, he looks like the guy from Big Trouble in Little China. The guy who's like about to explode. He looks like right before he's about to explode. That's what Liam Gray looks like. Just a madball. Liam Madball Gray. Just balls. Just like a guy. He's got a round ass fucking ham head. Just fucking boiled ham head. And then he's got a round ass body with round ass arms. He's the most child-proof man I've ever seen. Just round. Everything soft and round. You don't have to worry about any corners. You know, you don't have to worry about your fucking toddler falling into him and getting hurt. Like, he's just fucking He's just a child-proof man. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Whoa! Hot in the city! Hot in the city tonight. Oh, is Morg? Are you into dirt? Are you into the old grannies? Are you into granny panties? Did you have a problem with your mom? Is this some sort of Oedipus Rex kind of thing you got going on? You have a poor situation with your mom, so you angle on the grannies? Watch out for them cougars.
Whatever. Working on the campaign, Odie, who was my partner at the time, insisted on doing a silver edition of the book that he would have oversight over and he would have control of. It would be a smaller manga edition, That's what he wanted to do in black and white. I agreed. He did that. The file that was sent to the printer was not formatted the way correctly after I expressly asked him to do so. Hey, Oz.
Again, you fucking blaming him for that. Like, that is ultimately your book, your responsibility. You're dealing with the printer. To just like blame somebody for that is wild. To blame somebody else for that. Because I think your name is in there as editor. Like, if your name is in there editor, you should have just taken a look. I mean, lesson learned, but clearly the history that you have in the printing world. Never mind. I can't even come up with something funny because I'm just there. There's nothing funny about that. Like, you can't fucking blame somebody on your team. Like, that is the word. Like, as a leader, as your editor, like, everything is your fucking fault. Everything is your fault when you're leading. So, yeah, like a book going out and getting printed, like, oddly misprinted, backwards, flipped around, whatever the fuck it was misprinted, and that was your IP. He just glazes right over that.
Are you willing to speak to what went down? Do you remember what sort of happened with all of this by any chance? That prompting?
I can. What is it when you speak for someone? What do they call it?
A test?
No, it's like I'll think of the word. But what do you want me to attest to?
I just like you to talk about. Well, first up, before I get into that, I would just say, contrary to what everyone says online, the gold edition of the Xenotype book is the standard book. It sold 2/3 as many as the black and white edition of the book, which was the misprinted book, which was sent by Odie to our editor, to the printer as it was. But regardless,
why are we still talking about Xenotype?
Well, I'm talking about everything because what has happened, so that in case you haven't been fully watching this, is One Gun has come out and made this long list of reasons that artists should not work with me, claiming that I don't pay them, I abuse them, I blame them when things go wrong, I blame them for delays on the projects, and basically just misrepresenting what happened with all of the standard talking points of all the Etsy's and all the nonsense going back to forever. And it's a big old post on social media, and I just sort of want to go through and go, look, this is lies. It's not only wrong, it's not what happened. And I suppose we're still talking about Xenotype because it's a hit book, and they think that.
So who's One Gun?
One Gun is a African American peg-legged author who has joined the forces of the haters and has been causing endless grief and nonsense for the last 2 years now. I think year and a half, 2 years.
He's only got one leg.
Yeah, he has one leg. He was a guy that I'm actually going to bring on and work with. But when I went to show him the Akira Toriyama stuff, I was showing him stuff. I had stuff edited out so he couldn't contact my editors or anything, and so that things were sort of protected. And rather than look at everything, because I put red lines over certain things so that you wouldn't be able to contact higher ups, he said no, I'm not going to look at this, and ran off. And at that point I said, okay, this guy's a supreme coward, And since then, he's been just fucking around with me, trying to cause me trouble. And now he has posted this long diatribe on Twitter,
Give people some
essentially just
diapers.
saying, you know, hey, if you're an artist, don't work with Liam, and putting together all of these contrivances and reasons to scare artists off from working with me in any way.
Testimonial. You want a testimonial?
It's crazy when
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
never
Yeah,
really
definitely.
like had beef.
Some of it,
You know what I mean?
But-
Like, you know, Liam has never come out and just like started shit up against One Gun. You know, like a lot of the shit that started with me and Liam, like he came out, you know, the whole pirate thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. Coming out and be like, yeah, you were involved in the fraudulent stealing of Vinny Tartamello's fucking pirate campaign. It was like, what the fuck? And then it just like escalated and snowballed from there, you know. No receipts, you know, of course it was bullshit. But yeah, so me and Liam, it's like I don't even need an apology. I don't even care because it's like everybody knows it's bullshit. Everybody knows he's bullshit. Nobody's listening to him, so it's kind of a moot point, I guess, at this juncture. Yeah, so I mean, you know, I like to, you know, him trying to like really fuck with me and doing those videos about me. I'm enjoying this because he has a real fucking hate boner for me. And watching him go after One Gun, because not long ago they were fucking together being like, yeah, fuck Matt Barr. Hey, do you hate Matt Barr? I hate Matt Barr. Yeah, fuck Matt Barr. And now they're fucking beefing with each other. It's hilarious. But I really don't understand like what Liam has done to One Gun to like activate this fucking hate that he has. Like, yo, I'm gonna fucking list all this shit that Liam was doing before I even showed up. But I think that's funny as shit. You fucking you peg like African American peg leg.
Testy in it, so that's why I didn't want to remember it.
Oh, real quick, like if you want to go back, like Liam has deleted a lot of those old streams, but I didn't delete my EFAPs of them. So he would like say some crazy shit, and I would EFAP it and reply back. Mine are still up. They're still pretty funny. I can't watch them because I can't listen to my own fucking voice. So I can't even clip them if I wanted to. It's just, it becomes too much work. But go check him out. He's fucking out of his mind. Hashtag Matt Barr was right.
Yeah. So you were there.
Right. Well,
Everything
I was there.
happens.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm always here for you, Liam. You
And
know.
I'm drawing Elvis Presley right now, and it's a pain in the fucking
I'll go through,
ass.
like, let's go through the list and we'll debunk them one by one.
Okay. Well, I just have to.
Like
bring
literally, I'm
back
drawing
over
a
here.
fucking. I'm drawing a stage with Janis Joplin, Elvis, Keith Moon, and Jimi Hendrix all on the stage. It's like, I'm not bitching or anything. I'm just saying, like, God damn, man, this is fucking. You have to like really think about it. I mean, not just having like not just having like 5 panels on a page with fucking 8-9 people in each fucking panel. Like, God damn it. That's a lot of fucking people. But also, like, they're not just like fucking characters that I've made up. You know what I mean? Like, I could draw Angel and I could draw Hudson just fine from any angle. And you know, who the fuck are you to say? Like, yeah, that's who they are. It's like, it's been easy, but like I'm drawing Elvis from behind with like a rear 3/4 angle, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know what I mean? You have to like draw the person. If you're not drawing the person right, then suddenly it clearly isn't Elvis. It looks like some fucking other shithead. So yeah, man. No spoiler alerts, but yeah. So Rock and Roll Ninja at the end, it's coming to the very last couple of pages. It's fucking buck wild. Shit's going crazy. Ninja stars flying everywhere. People getting their hands and heads fucking cleaved. It's awesome. Like there's been some action. There was some action earlier in the book and stuff, but this is like the final like fight scene. I fucking love it, dude. Like when they're talking and they're just like walking around, like you could tell their feet are touching, you know, I make it like obvious that they're like on the ground standing and shit. But once people start fighting, it's like fucking parkour. It's like they're fighting in fucking space or something. Like nobody's feet are touching the ground. Like everybody's just like fucking bouncing or jumping, mid jump, mid leaping. Everybody's just fucking like spring loaded. It's like a little visual joke. I'm just like, okay, if they're fighting, their feet are always off the ground somehow. They're always like either kicking or they're fucking dodging or something. You know what I mean? They're either mid run, mid sprint, mid juke, whatever they're fucking doing, dude. It's fucking funny. But yo, just sitting here drawing fucking Elvis and fucking Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin. Yeah. Sometimes drawing comics, it feels like work. And right now, it feels like work. Wah, wah. Not that I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just making an observation. Okay. All right.
So these are very intentionally engineered to try and do as much harm as it can and to bring back things that are long buried and done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Long buried and done.
How do we know he's only got one leg?
he told everyone.
Oh.
If I was him, I'd be wearing like a pirate outfit and a patch on every stream. But you know,
Yeah, but that's because you've got a sense of humor.
I suppose. So artists be warned. Let this be a warning before you work with Liam. Look at
He's
that.
also like,
this is
I think
not
one
over.
gun is like
he's an artist,
fucking
but he has
400
no sense.
pounds.
Like,
That
whoops.
sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like me, to be honest.
But he's pretty good at what he does. I just, you know, he's involved with the Wheelers heavily.
Can we have a look at what he's done?
To be fair, like, could you imagine Liam finishing his books and working on his books? He'd have a book. And then imagine One Gun not sitting there writing these diatribes to fucking some other guy who hasn't had fucking shit to say about him. Imagine if he just like, oh fuck, he can't go for a walk. Imagine if he just like went for a swim. You know what I mean? Just go find a gym that has a fucking pool and just start fucking doing laps, dude. Just like, yo, what are you doing today? Don't go onto Twitter. Just go fucking swim. Just swim for like 2 hours. Then get yourself a fucking robot foot and just start walking around. Cause yo, that's you got no excuse. If you're hitting like 400 pounds, like that's no excuse. I've only got 1 foot. Like, psh, bro. There was pirates and shit doing straight up pirate shit with 1 foot. I've seen marathoners just fucking school people with 2 feet. You fucking 2-footer. Look at you, 2 feet. You can't fucking run. I got 1 foot and a robot leg. I'm faster than you. Like there's no excuse to be fucking 400 pounds. That's fucking crazy with 1 foot.
No, I'm not bringing
and
up
being
anything that he's
under
not.
fucking 30.
But basically, he's
Describe it for me.
he's a sort of manga artist. He's a fan of like
Oh,
Getter
okay,
and
well,
stuff.
that'll be
Like
fun.
we should get along. But basically, yeah, he recently sold an AI cover featuring
What a fan.
featuring Pitt and Mandy's character Gemshock to Mandy for their campaign. So that's the big thing now, like tricking Mandy into promoting what.
Is that true? That's a good question. See, right off the bat, I'm like, Liam, you're lying. What's the real scoop? But I'm curious. What does he mean by that? Yeah. Drawing cars. Especially if they're like calling out a certain type of car, you're like, all right, let me pull out my Matchbox cars. Let me pull out a couple of cars that I have. I have like little tiny Matchbox cars and model cars and stuff that I'd use as a reference. Man, that's why like my next book, dude, is gonna be fucking sci-fi. Like that, I was like, dude, next job, I need it to be like sci-fi. I need to just like draw spaceships. I need to draw like aliens, human faces, yes, but everything else, I just need to like, I need some fucking breathing room to just like draw shit and not be like, hey, that's not what New York City looks like. That's not what a limo looks like. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need a fucking moment of just like, let me just draw some crazy shit that nobody could be like, what the fuck? That's not what that looks like. Like in the first book, like I drew the guys with like a stoner, and it was like, no, they didn't have stoners during that period. They had the M260 or whatever. You know what I mean? I was like drawing like the wrong gun, and I was like, God damn it. So that was like a pro and a con of like, yeah, like you could tell like what gun I'm drawing. Because what I did was those like those G.I. Joe figures, there's like 12-inch figures. Like you could buy weapon kits. So I own like a little AK, I own a little, carbine, I own like a little HK submachine gun. Like I own a Uzi, but they're all like, you know what I mean? They're all like small, and they're by my desk, and I could just look at the Uzi, and be like, okay, does that make sense? You know what I mean? I could use them as photo references, in the moment. Like right now I'm drawing a lot of like the submachine gun. There's like HKs. And they've got like a weird little like clip in the front kind of a thing. They've got a little thing on the buttstock. And so like I have the little figure, the little toy of it. So I can like see what it looks like. Because I don't actually own a fucking submachine gun. That'd be dope. I think if I could own any submachine gun, I would get a fucking Thompson. Just fucking roll around with a Thompson. That would be fun to have. But I think they're fucking expensive as shit. Could you imagine like having like a Sears catalog, Sears Robux catalog, and being like, hey, look at here. You can order your brand new Thompson machine gun. Home Defense. That's right here. Only $30. Just $30 get you one of these fantastic new gadgets, the Thompson gun. That's my Mid-Atlantic.
Was an AI cover, and again, hardcore gay opera guy. Just it's silliness, really. But anyway, so here, just going over point by point. So he says, this looks like a whole factory line of bad management, unpaid labor, blame shifting, creepy boundary pushing, and then acting like the artists are the problem when the project catches fire. So,
can I just say that it is usually the artist that is the problem when the project catches fire? Let's just start from that point of reference.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not allowed to say that, right?
As an artist, I think I can say that.
Yeah. So, here you go. He starts with Yuka. He says, Yuka says she was the lead artist on Wii and KMD1, did her part, got blamed for delays.
I can't see it.
Oh, whoops. This is why I hate ED marks, man. It's
My name is Yuka.
And had her payments and credit threatened and was allegedly owed $20,000 in unpaid labor, which is untrue, right?
You hear something?
Her message was simple: ditch the ego, pay the artist, and credit the people who carry the work.
I'll just be
that's the way that they're framing what went down there. I don't know if you are really familiar with a lot of what happened there, but what do you know?
I'm familiar with Yuka. So how much of Wonder Island 1 did she get done before she ditched it?
Well, she did get all of it done, but she didn't do the finishes that I'd asked for to be done when we began the contract and when we began the project. When I said that I wanted to do a final sweeping editorial pass on it once all the pages were done, I was told basically to go fuck myself. And, I was like, but we have to do final pass. I was like, there's a process to this. You don't just make a book and throw it out. She did something very similar actually with KMD as well. Like when KMD was done, I was like, hey, we've got to.
So there's a process. So I guess that process was fucking ignored with the black and white manga version. There's a process. So maybe he learned. Before he didn't have a process, then he saw the fuck up, and now he has a process.
It's good enough as it is. And I was like, really, final pass, like you got to go through and do like check every page, make sure there's no mistakes or anything like that. Do little touch-ups if there's anything that needs to be done. But she was like, no, it's good as it is. And
was there an issue with the files of these?
With Wonder Island, yes, the files of Wonder Island were, and it was not Yuka's fault. That was sabotage that was left behind by Odie. The
I'm
initial
telling
Wonder
you,
Island
it's
files were,
sabotage.
over 20 21 to 25, in a couple of instances 40 gigabytes, and were done to a scale that you could have put them in high resolution on the side of a billboard. And this is because of something that Odie had told her, because she started out as his assistant, and so he had given her the details for the page layouts and everything. And on the way out, as a sort of final act of sort of vengeance or whatever, he gave her the wrong details about the page resolutions and stuff like that. And so she inputted it, and I never brought it up because I never noticed, because every time I saw the pages, we were working on them. It wasn't like loading a page.
So she's doing like 3,000 DPI or something ridiculous.
No, it was something like 18,000 or something DPI. It was ridiculous. And so yeah, that was a major problem, and that
What
took
the
many
fuck?
weeks to, with the help of Scotsman, thank Christ, we're able to turn those into reasonable TIFF files, and I could adjust. But the major issue was the losing access to the work server, where all of my lines, jokes, all of my code, all of my
as somebody who does pre-production and somebody who's done some of this stuff, dude, I call shenanigans on that. I would need to see that file. Like, how are you, like, what kind of computer do you have that's like opening that file and then just not crashing the fuck out as soon as you like try to move something or edit something? I don't know, man. I've seen some pretty big fucking files, like stuff that he's talking about, like somebody sending in fucking a PSD file, you know, a Photoshop file for a billboard, and it's just like, holy shit, like how big is this fucking thing? And it just making it slow as fuck. Like, yo, my computer, and like this was like Mac Tower, like it was solid industry level computer. This wasn't like a personal computer. It was like at work. It was fucking nice, and it was chugging on these things, and we were like, what the fuck? And it was something like that, where it was like, oh, this guy is working at fucking actual scale. Like he, you know, figured out what, like how many inches are a foot, you know, he did the math, and like you were like, oh shit, this is like 8 feet long, 10 feet tall, you know what I mean? And it was like, and it's 800 DPI. Like none of that fucking resolution is ever gonna fucking come through. I think like with comic books, I think they go like 600, but I mean, honestly, anything over 600, it's almost not necessary. You're almost like, and then if you're going to do something that big on a billboard, your best bet is like an Illustrator file. You're like, your best bet is like go, you know, vector. But so I call shenanigans on this. But so, I mean, it's unfortunate because who gives a fuck about all this stuff? But it's just funny that One Gun is like just listing out Liam's shit just out of the fucking blue, just like, yo, you know what? I don't like this fucking guy. Fuck him and his fucking 2 feet, and just like is just like bringing up all this old shit.
Because remember, there's an ARG hidden throughout all of Wonder Island for a real life treasure hunt, right? And so all the code, all of the cipher, all of
that real life treasure hunt,
it's just gone, right? And I have to double triple check everything, and it's a lot of work. And I don't have the script files anymore because they were all on the server that Yuka owned and controlled, and she blocked them from. So, yeah, so that's the Yuka situation.
Now, is Yuka the one that you bought a computer for?
Yeah.
Or was that? Yeah.
Yeah, I bought
a
computer for Lidl as well. No, tablet for Lidl, but a computer for Yuka. I got a computer for Scotsman. I always buy these guys the things that they need. That's one of the things that I do when people work with me. Hey, I need this.
Oh yeah, didn't he do like a cashback? He like tried to charge back Lidl's fucking.
Can I finish?
Right. So yeah. So let's.
I don't know what I need to stop for, TJ. I don't know. I'm just recounting what occurred, so I don't know why this is a problem. Go on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where TJ shows up,
and,
and shit starts to go downhill.
Extra money.
I paid an extra $3,000 US.
Yeah. So yep, he's wrong in this one. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was part of EVS's advice as well, was to just pay to get it.
Just pay the $3,000 and let go. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm. I recall that.
Yeah. Okay. Then he goes on to the Node Wonder thing, where he says Node Wonder says she made completed art for Xenotype, fully drawn and inked, but after drama with Liam Gray, the work was not used and she was not paid. Liam's excuse, according to her, was that she was too slow. Funny how artists are always too slow after the manager cannot actually manage the
Well, my memory of this was her supposed to be doing stuff for you, and she did one like chibi art, which is really shit.
Yeah.
And you were like, "No, where's the rest of it?" And she was like, "Ran away."
And
Is
it
that
happened.
familiar?
It happened a couple of times, and she also, she said, I said, this is what I want. She said, well, I've got another idea. Let me try that. I'll just say that. I said, well, I really want this. And I actually showed her roughs of what I wanted. Just do this. I could do it myself. But she was complaining about, at the time, being under attack and wanting help. And she was all alone. And she just wanted to make comics. And I said, well, I'll give you work. I'll look after you. Here, draw me this, and we'll just put on the last 2 pages of the book. And it'll be work that you can do. He's claiming that she was unpaid, which is not true. I showed that. If you recall, it might have even been on your stream. I believe I showed the PayPal transactions. So
Never saw any of those.
Yeah, well, Nerd Wonder isn't the most reliable of people to be, I guess, slamming another artist on behalf of.
I haven't heard from her or seen anything from her in 6 or so years, and I'd like to keep it that way. I wouldn't hire her again. What I asked for was not provided. She was paid, I believe, over $200 for what was fundamentally really low quality work, even compared to her own work. Her own work that she did for Malin and everyone else was way better than what she did for me. And one page was literally just an entire black page. She didn't color it. She didn't do anything. Scotsman had to step in and color it. And there was all of that Gayop talking about how she was in, remember she was in the Discord server with Edwin and all of that. And they were going on about like books. And then people were like, oh, she's deliberately trying to delay the release of Xenotype because like it took her 2 months to do it. It was a whole mess. But again, I'm being blamed for that. But whatever,
Yeah. No, I blame her for that.
Yeah.
Next point.
Next point. Let me copy here.
If you didn't work with women,
It does give Liam opportunity to like
Yeah,
rewrite history while
Yeah,
he's
different problem.
fucking.
So then there are the DMs when Ling tries turning working friendship into a romantic situation. I've already talked about that over and over, even with people coming forward going, hey, look, they're using Inspect Element. This is what they're doing at Scales. It still was not good enough for anyone. And all of this came out the day that I announced my wife's pregnancy and our marriage, which was, I think, nearly a year and a half or so after my last correspondence with her in any way. Then they go
Well, I
down.
guess that's one of the unique situations that we could probably resolve
Absolutely.
when you're working with women again.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
my
the
Everyone in
scale.
life, actually.
1/6 scale. Yeah, dude.
So then, and then
It's very
Odie,
trusted.
and then Odie, the actual artist who says he worked from Xenotype from
Dude, I got-
2018 to 2021, did 140 pages.
I've got a fucking grenade launcher. I've got like a whole bunch of shit, dude. I've got a whole bunch of like 1/6 scale weapons. They're great reference items because like a photo is just like one angle. You know what I mean? I mean, duh. But when you have the weapons, you could like move them around, look at how the light hits off of them and shit. Yeah, dude. I really enjoy having them. Excellent reference. I have not. They have not failed me. The only problem is like I think like put them up higher because my little people would like start like going into my cigar box of pins and weapons. They're not toys, ladies. Yes, it would explode, dude. Would absolutely explode. Yo, what's going on, buddy? Listening while mowing the lawn. That's where I get like some of my best ideas is when I'm mowing the lawn. Honestly, dude, some of like my best fucking like thinking has been done like while I was mowing.
And 9 illustrations, says that the campaign raised over 65,005 euros, and he only got paid recently. And
Well, the amount of euros is correct. The date is relatively correct. However, the only got paid recently is not correct.
and the page count's also got
Yeah.
regardless, and then he says, and then the final book came out printed backwards, then he yells backwards again, which is why I know that he's being loaded this by someone, because remember our Testify always used to do that.
Well, Dennis Rodriguez.
Janice Joplin has an amazing voice, but God, man,
1979.
she is a
He says that One Gun is illiterate,
heck of a dude.
so he believes that not only does he have one leg, but he also can't read.
That's fair. One Gun can't read. I was on a stream one time. It was like, yeah, let's confront each other. Let's fucking do this. One Gun comes on the stream. Dark Gift is there, he comes on the stream and is like, yeah, you were talking about my friend's race, the Cody Valiant Creators race. I was like, I never brought up his fucking race. And he was like, yeah, you did. I have screenshots. I'm like, please show him. So he pulls up these screenshots and I'm talking about Eric July. I'm like, you guys have been going after the same black guy for fucking years. And I was like, wait a minute, this is what you think? You think I'm talking about Cody Valiant? I'm like, I'm clearly talking about Eric July. I even mentioned Eric July in, it's like, okay, there's 2 paragraphs. Eric July is mentioned this in the first paragraph. And then I'm referencing a black guy in the second paragraph. Clearly, I'm referencing fucking the person who I was referring to in the first paragraph. Like, it's just fucking reading comprehension 101. Like, what the fuck? I was like, are you fucking for real? And then Dark Gift was like, yeah, nah, he's talking about Eric July. And then One Gun was like, no, he's not. And they took the fucking screenshot down, and it was like, go ahead and pull it back up. No, I'm not pulling it back up. And he like refused to pull the fucking, like, so once he realized that he was a fucking idiot about it, he like refused to put the tweet back up. It's like, dude, you fucking took a screenshot and saved this and have been raging at me over a fucking tweet that you fucking misread. Bro, stop. Just fucking stop. And he did. And it was just like, holy shit. So it's funny. It's funny that he's like now switched.
He's in the camp of this is being provided by someone else.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that he's just exactly all of, and that's the problem. They load all of this stuff off these other people and just don't have a realistic view of what happened.
I mean, all this is like backed up on Kiwi Farms. Like, if you go to his fucking thing on Kiwi Farms, this is all backed up.
Odie was paid in advance, and then paid again. He was paid for his page rate, his minimum page rate, which was set by him, not by me. His minimum page rate was paid upon the completion of all of the pages of the book. And then when the book was done, there was a clause in the contract that I had, which was if the campaign does over a certain amount, you will get a percentage-based payment after everything rather than just your page rate. So he then received a bonus from the campaign on top of the of everything else.
The issue with Odie was basically his father and the expectations that were placed upon him.
Yeah.
In terms of that, it wasn't really an issue with Odie, and I think eventually Odie came around to saying that. So.
Yeah. Odie came out and said that the things that these people are saying are not true, which is what this stuff is. He says that he was coerced into saying stuff because he wanted to get away from everything. And that's the reason he shut his Twitter down. Because he's like, he's like, I'm going to dump it all on Liam and run away. That was what he confessed to. So that
plus there were other issues. There was issues with the military.
Yeah, that's right. No one talks about that, about how he's mandatory
issues with regard to, just the fact that he wasn't native English speaking. So some of the jokes and the memes and that really confused him.
Yeah.
So there was all sorts of issues there, and just the fact that he was a young artist.
And he was a young artist. It was his first project. It would probably help if he didn't have. Yeah, it'd probably help if he didn't have people in his ear going, "Hey, you're only getting $200 to $220 a page. You really should be getting $500, well, $400. You should be getting $400 a page." And it's like, that's insane. Not only is that way above contract, but that's insane. No first-time artist gets paid that, right?
No, it's true, and it's also like the reality of crowdfunding is you can only fund as much. So when you start paying an artist that amount of money for that number of pages, then that you would be happy to do that if the campaign raised $250,000, but the reality is it didn't.
Exactly. But anyway, ego, right? That's what it all comes down to. TJ says, thank you for $2. TJ says, truth and facts don't matter anymore, bro. They do to my audience, and I'm not trying to convince people otherwise. Like these guys, One Gun doing this is to convince people that don't know any better. Do you understand? Like people that are out, like third parties of what's going on, right? And then the
TJ, can I just? Sorry to interrupt you there, but TJ, can you do a little bit better with your typing?
So,
I've never seen doesn't spell like do set before, unless that's is that Black Talk?
Dude, anyway, moving on.
No, I'm not being racist at all. It's just like that. Like I've had TJ on my show and chatted to him for a while, and he's got that that speech down.
Yeah.
Like the Peter the Fool, yo, that kind of scenario. So I don't know. He might be able to say truth and facts do not matter anymore, bro.
I just my issue with TJ is I like TJ. I made multiple efforts to get along with TJ, and then I was sent a short clip where TJ is going, "Yo, it's Liam. He's a liar. He lies about everything. He lied to my face." And then he couldn't mention the lie, and I'm just like, you know what? This doesn't help me. And I've never lied to your face, TJ. And I just don't.
Why do you think that you're a liar? And is the go-to? I don't know if you watched the last video that I or the first video that I put out the other night, because I'm trying to get 3 videos done.
Emmett.
But that was just the constant thing that Testify and like fucking Ham and like, God bless him, would just go to, liar, you're a liar because you're a liar.
Agent of
It's like,
Chaos,
oh,
Garfield. What's
no,
up, buddy?
no,
Doing
no,
out,
no,
out there
you-
doing the
it's very
God's
wrong.
work.
I'm just saying it's not just directed towards you. It's like every time they're upset with someone in their space, it's you're a liar. And then that's like they totally went bananas at Chrissy Mayer about her being a liar, and like just went totally ballistic, like I've never seen before.
I don't
And
know.
then Cody
Dude,
got,
I don't
like,
think
done
that'll
for
ever
being a
happen,
liar,
but
like, he's like,
That would be
like,
awesome.
what is that? You know what I mean? What is
I don't
that
know.
about lying?
I've been called a liar so much that I'm sick of hearing it, because it's like I can go like, hey, I walked outside and the sky was blue, and they'll be like, fucking what a load of bullshit. And it's
Is it
no
the only insult left? Like, because they can't
Yeah.
call you a fag, they can't call you racist, they can't call you all the other.
it's
Is's.
about
So is
persuasion.
liar
It's
just-
about persuasion. It's like, hey, assume this guy's dishonest, and then anything we say about him is then justified. And because everyone hates a liar, right? So, you know, but like that's what it's. I just found it insulting when like I like TJ, like I've gotten along with him, you know, and then like I'm sent this clip which was from
2
this
ton,
man's, like,
1
oh,
gun,
yeah,
no
this guy's right
dad.
in my face,
White
but you can't
cracker.
remember the lie
You
it
made
was.
fun of Cody
Actually,
dying.
TJ, I've been honest with you about everything. Actually, TJ, you were one of the first.
This
3
is back
people to
when
know
he
that
was
I'd voted
friends
for
with
farm and that I had cattle. You know, I hadn't told anyone that, and I trusted you enough to tell you that in private.
he was friends with
And, like,
Frog Tony.
You know, I've never lied to TJ. I'd have no reason to, you know, and it's hurtful when people say that stuff. But this isn't about my feelings; it's about facts.
But
But-
when the reason they can't bring it up is because they're just using it as an insult. And I'm just wondering why that's their go-to insult.
Well, it's a weapon, isn't it? He says, here's the part people need to understand. Liam Gray does not draw these books. The artists do. Well, what about the books I do draw? What about my storyboards? What about all of my correcting poses? What about my art classes that I've given to my students or my artists? What about all of that? That's all imagination. It doesn't happen. My artists just go from where Yuka started to where she ended by magic. Is it just magic? You know, I don't know if people have showed, you know, One Gun Yuka's art from when I hired her day one. You know, I used to show it off on streams all the time. This is where she started. This is where she is now. I would have comparisons side by side. People are like, oh my God, is that even the same artist? But it doesn't. Anyway,
So
I remember teaching
Liam
Odie.
does not draw these books.
Yeah.
The artists do, yes.
Yeah.
Liam is the
And I
writer.
guess, yeah, and I mean, yeah, and I am the writer
and the producer.
and the publisher, and yeah, exactly. The artists carry the campaign.
Well, not really, because the artists haven't really, only in terms of visuals perhaps, but you do a lot of the work on the visuals for the campaign anyway.
I do all of the promotion. I do all of the talking about how great the artist is. I show the book off. I sell the book. I do the all-night 24-hour streams. I go around and network and go to everyone else's shows to talk about the books. The other artists literally just have to just sit there and draw. That's what I'm doing for. I'll do all the everything else. You just sit there and draw. That's all you got to do, you know. But then when everything goes sideways, somehow the artist gets blamed, while the writer idea guy acts like he is the victim of his own circus. So
Well, they have to acknowledge that you're more than just a writer, you're also the publisher.
Yeah.
So it's a bit disingenuous.
if I ask for like you know, this page by this day and I don't have it, right? It's late. And it's late because say the artist decided that they wanted to make a cosplay costume and just look at how cool my cosplay costume is. You know, it might be cute or whatever, but like I want those pages done. You know what I mean? Like is that my fault? Like they were recently trying to before this. Total Conquest hasn't come out because Art of Dominique has been physically ill. She's been sick. She was hired to replace the lost pages for the book. And she was also hired to do some work on Mother Island and stuff for me. And then she got sick. She was struggling with some stuff. She was having some issues. And I just sort of said, take your time with it, get better, focus on your health. You know, I'll put it on hold and we'll get it out when I'll do a big marketing push for it when you finish what you're doing. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. And they were trying to like turn everything around and like dog me on that. But then they're like, oh, we're friends with her. And so now they're trying to go like, oh, Liam's blaming her for the late book. He's such an asshole and all this. And Dominique herself has come out and said, yeah, it's because I never handed in my pages or anything. And Liam's paid me and he's good to me and all of that. And they did the same thing that you're going to see here in a minute. One Gun said to her, well, it's good that you've been paid. You make sure you get paid. You make sure that you know, like to try and put doubt into her mind, you know, to try and make her out, like make her think that like, I'm going to try and do harm to her or hurt her or like, she's lucky. She's the lucky one that didn't get conned by me. But I've been conned. I'm the one that's taken the losses here, not anyone else. And I'm not talking about Art of Dominique, but in all of these previous interactions you're talking about, Odie got paid 3 or 4 times as much as I did, and then left the project just hanging, you know, when we were meant to be going into the second launch, you know, with no notice. I was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? I'd already storyboarded like 2/3 of the second book, and then all of a sudden everything was up in the air and chaos. And Yuka did the same thing. She's like, I'm going to copy what Odie did because I want to hurt Liam because woman's gone. I want to hurt Liam. So, you know, I'm going to do the exact same thing too, because she was my friend and saw how much that betrayal hurt me. So she's like, I'm going to betray him too, to hurt him too, because
That's your problem right there, is having
told
like
her
weird
at the interview, I said,
parasocial
"I don't care. And
relationships
if
with
you've got
people.
time to draw 40
Like if
pages
you're
of a
working
fan
with somebody,
manga
you're working
that
with
is
them.
fundamentally complaining about having to work and draw manga, and you spent 40 pages of high quality manga art that is better than what most people are putting out in the independent space right now on just complaining for 40 pages. That's 40 pages you could have put into another book that we were making, which you would have been paid for. Because I'm not going to pay you to draw fan fiction of yourself complaining about how hard it is to draw. That's ridiculous, right? Like, draw what the fans want. The fans want the completion and the rest of the story, right? Do that. That's what you'll be paid for. You know, you can't just like, it's ridiculous that you would waste your creative energy in such a way, right? For an in-joke between you and the colorist, and the colorist is also just feels awkward about it because the colorist is quite happy and is happy to be able to have work every day, you know, instead of like sitting there making artwork about, you know, this is my page that I drew, instead of drawing the page about how angry I am, I have to draw a page today. The colorist was like, oh, awesome, I've got a page to color today, and I'll be at the end of day when I'm finished, I'll be paid for it. And they were happy. So like, you know, like, it's just, you know, I was, you know, maybe I was a bit too firm with her, but I was, you know, stern dad, being like, no, focus on getting the work done, you know, focus on making things that you'll be paid for, not just fan fictions that are just going to sit in on your hard drive. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Firm
not gonna help
dad.
you.
What
It's not going to advance
the
your career at all. No one else is going to see it, you know? And it frustrated me as well when she's like, it's not for anyone else to see. I said, because I said, I can't sell this. Like, what is this? What are you giving me here? This is like, where's the actual pages? I can't do anything with this. And she's like, oh, it's not to sell. It's not for anyone else to see. It's just jokes for all of us and everything like that. And I'm like, that's cool and all, but like, you're a professional artist now. You know what I mean? Like, this you could have been Kakashi Murder Dolls 2 and a whole like extra paycheck for you, thousands of dollars. And it wasn't malicious or anything. It's just how it went. But it's like,
She
these
asked to
people
be
want to like paint
paid.
me as like a monster, and it's like, it's a creation of my own circus. It's not my own circus. If it was my circus, I could turn it off. I could just flick a switch and all the tents would go down. You know, it's a bunch of psychopath weirdos that are obsessed and running around spreading lies and misinformation about how my business works, what's going on. There are many people who I work with, and you understand that like I have to hide who they are now. I can't publicly say who I'm working with most of the time because they'll end up getting harassed by people and bothered, and it'll be headaches, right? It'll be headaches. So, well. He goes on, he says, yes,
TJ says,
I call
you want
shenanigans.
me to read it out? TJ
Sure.
says, hey, you just made all of that up. Stop.
I didn't just
Don't
make
say
all of
that.
that up. There's a Mr. Yonafui video. TJ, there's a Mr. Yonafui video that was sent to me just yesterday from a stream that I believe you're on, where Mr. Yonafui is going, Liam's lying on me. And in that conversation with Mr. Yonafui, and I'm not lying about Mr. Yonafui either, by the way. Like, he's upset with me that, well, back in the day, he was upset with me that I struck the Trash Compactor show for uploading my videos without editing or transformational commentary at all, just literally taking the videos off my channel and uploading them unedited to their channel completely, so that all of the haters could watch my videos on there instead of giving views or watch hours to my channel, so that they could say, look, we're not giving you watch hours or anything like that, and we're like deliberately to fuck with me, right? And we talked about it and sorted it all out and worked it all out. There was no issue. I mean, Mr. Yonafui and I have been pretty good, but you were talking to him just like yesterday or whatever it was, and you said to him, you can go back and rewatch it. I'm not starting shit with you, man. This is what bothers me. He said Liam lied to me, and then in that same thing, you're like, I can't even remember what he lied to me about. That's what Liam does. He lies. Let him lie. And I'm just like, you realize how disrespectful that is? You know what I mean? When it's like, you know, it's just really disrespectful, man. Like, you know, and I mean that as kindly as I can. I just don't want to hear
Asking
it.
for
It's just like,
respect.
you know, it's be like, imagine. You remember when everyone was like ragging on you for being black, and I stood up for you, and then everyone gave me shit about.
The dude is the most insanely disrespectful person ever, but then demands respect. He reminds me of that like Birdman, like, you better put respect on my name. You say my name, you better put respect on it. Like, just FYI, I don't know where I heard it. Maybe my dad said, but you don't fucking demand respect. You act accordingly, and then you get respected. But to be like, I need to be respected. That's crazy. You disrespected me. You said something, and that was disrespectful. That's just, I don't know, man. That's just crazy. That's wild. And people were giving TJ a hard time for being black.
Sticking up for you. It's like, imagine how you felt getting ragged on. Everyone's just going, oh, you're talking shit to you because you're a black guy. You know? But yeah, we're getting off point. I don't want to get off point.
TJ is the agent of chaos today.
You're lying on my name.
The super chat is when you were lying about me. What was I? I'm not lying about you, TJ. I'm not lying
Say,
about
is this dude your lying sidekick?
Okay. So I guess
I'm
he's
your
just-
line sidekick.
Yeah. Okay.
TJ, we had a conversation, you and me. Don't you remember that conversation? It was about 2 hours long, TJ.
So One Gun continues to says, that is not comics. That is not professionalism. That is using artists as disposable engines for your crowdfunding machine and then throwing them under the bus when your bad planning, bad communication, bad boundaries, and bad management blow up in your face. This was written by AI. So what do you think about that, Oz?
Well, I don't know any writer that would want to damage any relationship with the artist that they work with. In fact, my experience is that in almost all cases, the writers are desperate to hold on and help the artist.
That's AI writing.
Because it's such a time-intensive endeavor. And also, the writer is usually the one required to put up the money, if there is any money to be put up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's maybe you don't really understand comics if you're saying that.
Do you remember when I showed all of my bank statements showing that Odie was paid and all of that? Do you remember that video where it was just my bank statements and stuff? Because that's gone.
Yeah.
That was nuked with my old channel. So
Yeah, no, and look, the reality is he has come out and said, yes, actually, Liam has paid me some money. It's just, there's issues there. It's a young artist, and as I said, there were issues. That, blah blah blah.
we were paid in Australian dollars for a starter for the campaign, and people were trying to convince Odie to show the level of manipulation that was going on. People were trying to convince Odie that the money
We were
we
paid
raised was
in
euros.
Australian
So
dollars.
Odie was
It's like
working
little
off the
wombat
mindset
turds.
that we'd raised $100 and something, $100,000
Give me
or
4
something
wombat
euros,
turds.
and then was going, where's all of these extra 20,000 Liam? You're scamming me. All these people are telling me you're scamming me. I'm like, no, Odie, that's a AUD. This is, EU.
Yeah, it was a language issue as well. That's what I was saying. It's like,
Yeah.
he wasn't quite able to understand the internet and what these idiots were doing.
Yeah.
So
And he had people in his ear going, Odie, if it was just you, if it wasn't Liam, you'd have raised as much money as Ethan Van Skype. You'd have raised, 400,000 on your campaign. And I kept saying to him, no, Odie, Ethan's like a 30-year pro. This is your first project. You're not.
Now
gonna
he's
make as
30
much
year.
as these long-time guys with like 30 years of following. And I kept sort of explaining that to him to try and temper his expectations. And everyone else, well, not everyone, but all of the Etsy's,
Remember
all of
when
these
he
guys
was
were in his ear
A
going,
20-year veteran,
Liam's
fucking
lying
5
to you.
years
He's
ago.
holding you back. He's holding you down. You should be making triple what you're making on a page, quadruple what you're making on a page, and you should be making as much money as Ethan on your campaigns. Like, if Liam wasn't the writer and creator of Xenotype, you'd be making, 400,000 on your campaign at least. Like, this is the shit they're feeding him, right? And it's like, it's snaky bullshit, But yeah, so yeah, artists should think twice about working with this clown, because based on what multiple people have posted, Liam Gray's business model looks like this.
TJ says, "Who are you, Oz? Damn. Whatever was that silly shit he said about a convo between us and his life and his wife? Is TJ a rapper?"
I never said that he had that. Where is this coming from, TJ? I never said anything on this stream or any other stream about you and I having a conversation about my wife with you. Well, I don't. Let's stay on the topic here.
Every single time I have ever talked to or about Liam is live.
Yeah, no, not live. We had an off-air conversation shortly after I moved in here, after I believe a stream had ended, where we talked for like 5 or 10 minutes, and we just had a quiet sit-down conversation. And I said, "Yeah, I've moved. I'm doing farming and stuff." You asked me about what type of cattle I had and stuff like that, and we're just like chatting about little things like that. I've been trying to remember TJ, like just
Chatting about when TJ was going to come over there and be the bull on that farm.
On this chair right here. We hadn't even finished moving all of the furniture into the house yet, and I remember talking to you off air about it. So like, and you're one of the only
Y'all were
people that
talking
I
on
mentioned
air
the farm
about
to, and I don't think that you went and told anyone about it.
where
You know, you
TJ
don't
was going to
remember it,
fuck
like,
his
it's trying-
wife.
You weren't drunk or anything, so just think back. Like, there's no controversy to it. There's nothing. We just chatted after after
It's like,
streaming.
when
for a
we
bit, and I said,
gonna
"All right, I'm
do
gonna get
my
out of here, I'm gonna go."
wife?
Maybe we talked for like 15 minutes at most.
What are you going to do, my
Uh,
wife?
Yeah.
And TJ's like, yeah,
Why would I
dog,
lie
like,
about that? Like, what would be the point of me?
like,
lying
yo,
about that?
like
Just
back
think
in the
back.
day,
Like, stop
like
for a
we didn't
minute and
have
think back.
furniture in our huts and shit. So, yo,
where
I'm
was
just
I?
going to fuck your
Okay, what
wife
did you
in
say
the
specifically?
dirt.
What is
You
the
know
issue?
what I'm
I'm not trying to
saying?
anything. I just don't know. I'm reading it to you now. It's here in the middle.
TJ's like,
Oh, are you talking about? I don't know.
I'm going to hit that
Let
shit
me
in the
just,
dirt.
Get artists to do the heavy lifting. What do you think? Do you
And
think
Liam's
that drawing
like,
the book is the
"Oh,
hardest part of
right.
making a comic book in the modern crowdfunding market, Oz?
That's a very difficult question.
It's a very difficult question. Just answer honestly. Just your
I don't
opinion.
know. Like, it used to be, but now, like, there's so much other stuff we have to do. It's like, fuck. Yeah, fulfillment as well.
Yeah, I did all the
Artists don't usually
fulfillment.
have much to do with fulfillment.
Yeah, I did all the
look-
fulfillment. I did all the promotion. I did all of the like.
There is
Take
the
all the hits.
there is the background of, like, you have had to draw for thousands of hours over many years to get where you are, so that's sort of
Mhm.
the equation as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, individual books, I don't know now.
Do you think that Odie would have got as much attention on his work without me pumping him up and getting everyone excited about him? And
No, clearly not, because he hasn't since
There's a fine line when you're
They try
drawing
and frame
black
it, he's
people.
doing better without me. That's how they try and do it now. But it's,
In what regard?
they that he's working for. He's got some of these Tomahawk Angel posted through Tompus and
They're like a
Dark
racist
Horse
face
still.
like two,
But-
3 times.
but
It's like,
Tompus
damn,
gets all that
man.
money.
Somebody
He
sees
doesn't-
that,
they
they
don't
were
even
like,
send
what
copies
the
of his own
fuck?
book. So like, you know,
And how much
Funny.
work has he actually done for them?
I think I haven't been keeping track on him, but I think it's like 2 or 3 volumes. I think maybe 3 volumes. So, but yeah, but you know, he's won awards and stuff. But like, so have I. He's sort of, you know, he was always very focused on like
I'm sorry, what?
having his public image look successful. So,
What awards has Liam won? Riddle me that one. Chat. What awards has Liam Gray won? I'm not talking about that fucking Warlock shit either. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not talking about the Warlock Awards. I mean, like, actually, what awards has he won? What awards has he been nominated for?
what he's always been focused on. But I wish well to the guy. I wish well to him. But like, people want to sort of paint it as like Liam's jealous and all this. I'm like, I'm not. But I just happen to know for a fact that like 27 or whatever it was $1,000 is more than what he's getting per volume or what he's doing. And if he had it done Xenotype 2 and 3, I mean, there's a reason that Xenotype's going for like.
He's
200
up
and
for a
stuff on the
Warlock.
secondary
That's what it
market.
is.
Do you see how much Xenotype goes for on the secondary market doors?
No, I haven't.
Let me show you. Let me visually show you.
Where did TJ go?
I don't know. I
TJ
don't know.
come back?
Actually, after I don't know why TJ's here, but thank you for a few bucks. I like TJ, but like I didn't like being called a liar when I haven't lied. Like I'm sick
Angelo!
of being the bigger person on it. It's like everyone wants to constantly do this, and it's like, okay, well then I'm just going to literally block and move away from the people that are doing it. And it's like, you know, okay, sorry, scrapings. 1 second. Here we go. So here, Xenotype. $159 plus $43 shipping, $235. Oh, I'm not sharing screen, am I? Of course not. There's nothing that works. So I mean, like, these are valuable books that are highly sought after. They're some of my earliest work. You got guys in the chat that are like, hey, yeah, I paid $170 for mine and this and that because I missed the first one. Like, but like I really launched that kid, and I just wish things went a bit different. You know, I wasn't exactly accustomed to dealing with an entire hive of fucking scum and villainy back then. You know.
The indie books do tend to go for a lot of money, but that's a pretty big increase on
It is.
what it
And-
was for.
Exactly, and that was always the goal. You know, there's a reason I haven't been selling them since, is so the people that bought them can sell them for more. But yeah, get the artist to do the heavy lifting. Well, I mean, yeah, it's one thing to go like, oh yeah, the artist is doing all the heavy lifting, but the reality is,
If he printed more, he'd have to pay
90% of the
royalties,
time
right?
that the person's drawing, I'm sitting in there with them. All those first books, they were done with Liam there. You know, it wasn't like it wasn't like Liam was like just like, yeah, whatever, just do your best and like abusing people if they didn't. You know what I mean? Then he says, let drama infect the project. Actually, I think I've done an extremely good job at being the sin eater. You know, and we're not talking Marvel Comics here. We're talking the original meaning of the word, which is I take on all the blame. In fact, when everything happened with the silver edition of the book, even though we were partners, I took the blame for Odie. I took the blame, even though I didn't put together that print file, that silver edition. I didn't have anything to do with that. I expressly said, is this right? And he said, yes. I said, did you check it? He said, yes. I showed those DMs. So, and still I got blamed for it now for years.
Still
For
your fault.
years. I took blame
Years.
for that kid. Yeah. I was like, yep, I screwed up. You know, if you want a refund, you can get a refund. Just send your book back and I'll give you a refund. And that wasn't good enough either. That wasn't good enough for people either. And it's just like, you know, Liam, you've got to be punished for this, punished for it. And I took it for years and years and years until I decided, you know what, I've had fucking enough. I've had enough. I'm sick of being blamed for shit I didn't do. And I showed what actually happened because people were lying about what would actually happen. So cross-personal boundaries, failed to manage deadlines. Well, I mean, I've always met my deadlines, you know, and Xenotype was one of the first books in the independent space to be released on deadline on time, and that was with people inside the company trying to sabotage its release date so that it wouldn't
Can you
make anyone
imagine
else
some dude
look
just
bad,
fucking
or it wouldn't show up Kim Lim or anyone else
sitting
oh,
there,
be on
fucking
time, we
like
can't allow that. We've got
just
to
watching
make
you
these 2
draw and
pages take
talking
2
shit while
months
you're
or more
drawing?
to do.
I couldn't.
It's ridiculous.
Get the fuck
Get on
out
a
of here,
live
dude.
stream and do the exact same thing in like 30 minutes, but it takes you 2 fucking months to do half the work and in a crappy quality. That's just spitting in my face. You know what I mean? That's just spitting in my face. Don't insult me. How to properly handle payment and credit. There's never been issues that are honest, forthright, would stand up in any court of law. I've paid every single person I've worked with, and everyone who I've published their work has been paid, and often above the rate that they are contracted with. In fact, I pay people over most of the time because I like being that. I like that fuzzy little tingly feeling of being the good boss. Of then when they go, yeah, this is this much thing. They send me the invoice, and then I send them a little bit more. They go, did you make a mistake? And I go, no, thanks for your good work. I like that. That makes me happy. I like to do that. So like, you know, I've done that repeatedly with like multiple people that I've worked with over the years. Then blame the artist when the whole thing collapses. Well, as of this time, nothing has collapsed is the other thing to remember. These books are published and released despite the hurdles and obstacles we face. They are in your hands. They are fulfilled. They are appreciated. They are fun, right? So what's the issue, right? What's the issue? Like, you know, again, like you said when you came in, a lot of the complications and problems are due to the artist. You know, if Odie never said that I didn't pay him or any of this other stuff so that he could basically go like, look at this guy, get him, and run away, right? Like if that never happened, then there would be nothing that any of these people would be able to say anything. They'd say, oh, this book's backwards. And again, I've showed the gold edition of the book over and over and over again. It just reads like a Batman comic. But once again, that's on me. And people didn't want refunds. They wanted to attack. So remember that. And remember as well that a lot of the people that are still maintaining this narrative were getting me to send them replacement books and then selling them on Amazon and eBay and then going and buying other books and taunting me with it. And then it was because it all happened during COVID. Because remember, all this happened during COVID, and I still managed to fulfill and do everything. And these people were fraudulently claiming that their books had not been delivered while selling them for like twice the price they bought them for, you know? And so they were living like kings for a while until the global tracking came back online, and I saw how many people had thieved from me. And I went, wow, that's a bit fucked. But no one talks about that either, right? No one gives a shit about that. That's all at Liam's expense. None of that came out of Odie's wallet. All of the replacement books that I had to send all over the world to the people that weren't getting them, right? You got, in one instance, 7 copies. 7 replacement copies sent. Not 7 books in a parcel because it was a big parcel. They got 7 me going to the post office to send a single book out again and again and again. Because again, it's lost. It hasn't showed up. It's been a month and it hasn't showed up, Liam. Okay, all right. Here you go. At some point, it stops looking like bad luck and starts looking like a pattern. Well, when you construct everything into a carefully manipulative narrative, that's what it does. You add cohesion to a conspiracy theory to give it substance. You know, artists deserve contracts. When have I ever published an artist or worked with an artist who did not receive a contract? Has anyone come out and said that they don't have a contract with me that I've published, that I've worked with ever? Because everyone has a contract. Every single person I've worked with is contract. So, artists deserve payment. Every artist I've worked with has been paid.
What's he talking about with regard to contracts? We've always had contracts.
I think that he's just saying things. You know what I mean? Like, just let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. I've always had contracts. You know, and I think that I have one of the fairest, most, you know, pro artist contract of anyone. You know, in fact, you know, if anything, I think the situation with Yuka has made me be more like, I've been too generous. You know, like my wife says, you give so much to these people and they take you for granted, Liam. So I think that I'm just going to just give page rate from now on. No more bonuses if I do well, just your page rate. That's it. And I'll keep the rest myself. You know, maybe I'll give you a bonus if you do good, but you know, artists deserve credit. Not if they don't hand in their work, not if they don't, you know, not if they're sabotaging a project. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason that people have the credits removed. But even so, Yuka's been credited, and I've said that already, and One Gun was in the chat and heard that. So this is a narrative again. Scotsman told him as much. Artists deserve basic respect. So do I. So do I.
Okay, that's shenanigans because I heard I heard him say that he was going to take the fucking her name credit away from her. He said that. And it was Yuka or freaking Nude Wonder, but was like, yo, I'm going to take your fucking name off of this shit. Like, that's a lie right there. That's not accurate. I call shenanigans on that one.
Is paying for everything. I deserve to be treated with some goddamn respect. You know, I look after these people. I make sure that I go above and beyond all the time. I always am understanding and forgiving regarding their personal circumstances. I don't just fire someone at a drop of the hat. Even when I get annoyed with them, I will just walk away and take a breather and be like, ooh. And then I come back, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. They can, you know, and they definitely deserve better than some Comicsgate writer who cannot draw his own book. Excuse me. But somehow always finds a way to make people who can draw look like the problem. Do not be the next artist stuck clearing up Liam Gray's mess. So, yeah. Boom. Knife School. And this is, you know, says completely false. I recently done a cover for Liam. He was enthusiastic
For
to
Liam
work with,
not having
work with
actually
him
done
once,
anything
and
against
paid
One
the
Gun,
same
this is some
hour,
SJW
half an
shit
event
on One
after
Gun.
completion. That's how I do it. So, well, if that's your case, Knife School, then I'm glad your experience with Liam was good. He said this to Dominique as well, this exact same thing. Well, if that's the case, I'm glad it's good. So now he's come at me twice and he's had two people go, actually, Liam pays me and is pretty reasonable, you know what I mean? And nobody's saying every single person who ever worked with him has had the same experience. But one recent cover, oh no, I've done this all wrong, I guess. I've screen capped this wrong. Have I numbered it wrong? Yeah, I think I've saved the same one twice. Hold on. Anyway, this goes on and on and on, and I'm not sharing the screen at the moment. Hold on just a minute. I've screen capped this wrong, so I'm just going to sort of leave it there, I guess. But I'll show you the end of this. He's talking with Knife School here, who contacted me a few months back because he's a puppet guy, and I'm a big fan of Hanson. And we ended up,
guys, though.
Yeah, we ended up talking, and he's like, "Hey, I'll do a cover for you and everything." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, we can definitely do something with Brian Proudian." So yeah, I hired him to do a Wonder Island cover, and he handed that in the other day, you know, and you know, I was like, "Thanks, there's no problem with it, no issues, very good." And you know, here we go. He goes, "Get a Roversion, that's One Gun." He says, "I know Knife School. You had a good interaction with him, and I'm glad you got paid for your work. No harm done, man. But he has a history of throwing artists under the bus and blaming them for the books not coming out. I'm grateful for you that got the work, and you was paid, man. I just keep rocking and making that money, man. See you on stream soon." So the question becomes, right? If everything is finished, except for the art, and I'm waiting on the art to be done, is it my fault? Or is it the artist's fault for being behind or having issues or something going on? Because like, if I'm not the one doing the art, how is it my fault, right? Like, why am I meant to be blamed and so I'm meant to pay for everything and also be blamed if the artist has health issues or doesn't do the work or gets distracted or does something else? Like, that's like, what do you think about the situation, Oz?
I mean, it just sounds like a lot of talking points that haven't been, you know, evidenced.
Yeah. And they always go on and on and on about it. Again, this is a beautiful book. It's perfectly legible, perfectly readable, reads like an ordinary comic book. Xenotype's great. I'm not going to be doing any manga edition books going forward because of the headache that I received around the entire thing. I also learned that contrary to what everyone's saying, there simply is not demand for it. More people are willing to buy Western style books and will buy manga style books. Because remember, everyone was telling me, "Oh, yeah, we just want black and white manga style books," and then no one backed it. Like, it was such a tiny demographic of people that actually paid to get that book. And then it turned out that the vast majority of the people that did do that were people that then wanted to just sort of complain about things, and they didn't want their money back or refund or a proper gold copy of the book up for free. They wanted to get
There's some people that don't even have their books
6
yet.
years down the track and do everything within their power to run my company and my business, and create false narratives and nonsense. And I just sort of wanted to put this together to show, one, this is an unprovoked attack on my business for no reason. Nothing has occurred involving One Gun in the last 2 or 3 days. And One Gun, I don't believe I've spoken to him or about him in longer than that. The post is deliberately engineered to try to scare off and chase away artists from working with me in the public sector, to try and impact, you know, my audience, you know, not my audience, but my business. And it's also full of lies, things that were misconstrued, misunderstood, out of date information, things that were corrected by parties involved. And yeah, I've paid Yuka. I've been very tolerant with her. I haven't heard or spoken from Nerd Wonder in nearly a decade, and I would like to keep it that way. I'm a happily married man. Let's see what else. You know, Odie is off doing his own thing. I haven't heard from Odie in probably.
Okay, we all are aware that he was not married to anybody when him and Nerd Wonder, or when he was trying to phone sex Nerd Wonder. call it whatever term new kids texting, sexting, whatever. Like everybody, nobody's saying that he was married and trying to do that shit. So that's another straw man that he like puts up. And I don't know how happily married he is when his like in-laws are coming over to discuss his moving.
2 or 3 years, you know. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't know what to say. You know, I mean, what else is there to really say? I've gone over this a million times. I'll let Scotsman address it when he does in the chat or however he says it. But you know, this is an active attempt to do harm to me and make customers lose trust in me. One Gun is a talented enough artist that if he spent less time writing fan fiction nonsense about my life and more time producing pages, then he would have an actual interesting and compelling, visually interesting book at the very least. I don't know about the writing; it would depend who he was working with, but yeah, he was fully capable of doing that, but instead consistently spends his time doing this stuff. Right? This was 2 or 3 hours out of his day that he was going back and forth talking with people about this. No doubt there would have been an inciting incident leading up to this where people were talking to him about all of this stuff to give him the ammo to try and shoot. But now this is a permanent post on Twitter that discourages people from working with me. You'll see that I worked with Good Irene. She spoke highly of working with me and has no issues whatsoever. We had no problems with our working. I have multiple different artists who work with me, who I've never had any problems with, never had any issues with. And it's been that way for several years. I've paid everyone over and above what they do. I try to be the boss I would want. I try to be understanding to artists who are eccentrics and
Good Irene, that's wild.
I try to be very supportive. And I've even tried to be supportive of One Gun, and I've even tried to sort of encourage him. And this is the response that they bite the hand that feeds them. So yeah, that there you go, Oz. I don't know what else to say. Is that it? It's at the end.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I was talking to Ethan today, and he said that he wants you to stop making videos about him, and he asked me to tell you to stop.
What videos am I making about Ethan?
I don't know, but I said you weren't taking advice at this stage.
I'm not. I literally have done nothing. This isn't about him at all. You know, like, doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Other than that, yeah.
Why did I come up? Did he bring you up to me? Did you bring?
I think someone in the chat said something.
Well, thank
I
you.
know, maybe I said something in the chat, and he said, "Oz, why is Liam making videos about me? Can you tell him to stop?" And I said, "I will ask."
Let me have a look here. Let me have a look at my own channel here. Look at my channel here. There's some gaslighting bullshit or what's going on. Let me have a look. The Tell All was the last video I did 21 hours ago, where I spoke with a member of John De La Rosa's crew. He's a former member of his crew that was involved in the backroom shenanigans and the Etsy stuff.
Shenanigans!
Whistleblowers on a whole bunch of the stuff going on. Let me see live. So that's the last thing I did. It's not an Ethan stream. Look at this. This is the next video was me going over all of the comment section on the video to show all of the anti-Comicsgate people and stuff and what they are saying there and the impact of stuff, which was a clip video of Ethan's show, but it's essentially me just going through the thing.
Yes.
And then yeah, I've got Ethan shuns Liam. There you go. So there
That's
you go.
right,
That's
dude.
1 day ago.
You nailed it on the head.
Okay, maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. So, and that one was again just me responding to the clip of him talking about me, bringing me up, going on about me.
Oh, he's there. He says it's EVS shuns Liam, so he didn't like that one.
Okay, well that's a response to you talking about me. But if you don't want me to talk about you no more, do videos about you, that's fine, Ethan. That's fine.
I'm just passing on the message.
No dramas. Easy going. But yeah, it's not like
But yeah. Other than that, I can confirm that you're.
I don't have Ethan's face on any of my thumbnails. I don't have a ton of Ethan streams here or anything like that at any point. I'm going back 2 weeks now. Nothing. So, all right.
Anyway, I can do a testimonial for you. Here stands Liam Gray, a wonderful man, a stand-up guy, a wonderful father, a fantastic writer, a wonderful producer of books, a lover of 80s, a lover of 90s, a lover of the late 70s, and what else can I say? Very reliable, very hardworking, and really produces good work, and is a joy to work with.
Thank you. And we've worked together, you know, like doing streams and everything, and I've always paid you and everything, right? Like I never like hoarded all the money or anything like that too, did I?
There are no money issues between us.
Exactly. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for watching. I'm going to get back to work now, I guess. So that'll be, that'll be what I do the rest of the night. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Also, like clear up all of this.
No
worries.
Yay.
Just for everyone that's just sort of tuning in and doesn't know, again, the goal here is to alienate artists from working with me.
Thanks
to
for
spread lies and
clearing
misinformation
it
and gossip as well, so they just
up,
cancel me.
buddy.
there are dozens upon dozens of people who I've worked with, who I've hired, who I've given pages to, who are completely satisfied and didn't cause me any problems whatsoever. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you guys for watching me. Check me out next time. All right.
You have a legal proposition. You believe it's right, but before you put it in
I
a
believe
brief,
it's right.
you need to.
All right. I'm going to go down and get another cup of Joe, but before we go, let's do the old classic. Let's read some Depends comments. Keith Strand. My husband loves these. He is a tall man. 6'4", 180 pounds. Large boned, but very thin. Like an ostrich. And diapers fit comfortably snug. He loves the color. These depend. What's it? Is there a way to say which ones suck and which ones don't? Top reviews from other countries. See more reviews. Oh, I'm not logged in. I don't think these are the ones that Ethan wears. Kept adult dry all night. Odor efficient. Comfortable. Does all expected of the item as is expected. All above does it depends on volume and status of diagnosis. I have tried several, but the Depend Night Defense underwear type are the best for a carefree night out. I'm going to fucking go out and I'm not going to the bathroom. You're fucking crazy. Going to the bathroom when you go out at night is fucking drinking time wasted. You fucking wear one of these diapers and you drink all night and you don't miss any of the jokes and you are the man. What stands out the most is that they really feel like normal shorts. He feels like he's just wearing normal shorts. Like he's just fucking, man, I'm not wearing a diaper. I'm free balling. These are the new free ball diapers. So comfortable. It makes you think you're just fucking free balling. They are not bulky and the material is soft, supple, stretchy. So they don't bother at all when moving in bed. What makes them different? Night. You thought these diapers were the friend of the darkness. They were molded. But it is a lie. These diapers didn't see the sun until they were a man. The nighttime is its ally. Absorption. They are specifically designed to last much longer, preventing leaks and keeping skin dry until the morn. Perfect fit. Semicolon. The elastic stretches well and stays in place. You stretch and then you fucking stay there. Do you understand me, diaper? I will put you on and stretch you out and you will stay there. Giving you that security that there will be no accidents on the sides. Watch the flanks. Don't let them outflank us. The
battle has begun for your comfort. Do not allow piss and urine to flank your sides and make you lose that precious night of sleep that you require. Discretion, secrecy, spycraft. They don't make that uncomfortable plastic noise, which helps you feel more comfortable and relaxed when sneaking into somebody's house. When he's committing his cat burglar activities, his nocturnal activities, the swoosh and crunch of plastic is not there. True stealth is maintained and accomplished with these diapers. The stacks of bodies is unrelenting when wearing these diapers. These are the diapers worn by BTK, slowly creeping into your house to tie you up and strangle you. These are the diapers to wear. It's an excellent product that delivers what it promises. Maximum protection against all sorts of evil and villainy, and comfort, so you can do a bunch of other stuff. Oh, this is translated from Spanish. So this guy's just out there doing cartel shit. After prostate surgery, needed these to help with urinary incontinence until my bladder control returns. Sir, we've lost all control of the bladder. Scotty, what can we do? I need about 4 hours, sir. You got 2. Aye. I use the night defense briefs. Night defense. Defending you. They should have like a commercial with a fucking dude standing in the corner wearing a suit of armor, holding a glass of urine. Or there's like some sort of urine monster, like a urine monster comes in, is like all dripping wet, and the knight is like, "The fuck you will," and takes out his sword and defends the sleeping man from the piss monster. I bought these for my senior dad who has dementia and some other issues. Oh, why you gotta call him out for it, dude? Hey, my senior dad, he's kind of fucked up in the head, and he's got some other problems too. God damn, dude. Just be like, hey, I got a senior dad. He's getting older. You know what's up. That's all you got to do. You don't have to be like, my senior father is shitting himself and doesn't know his name. He's also got some other problems. Damn, man. We were using the Depends Fresh Protection Max for the last few years, and those were leaking every single day. Dude, you were using the same product every single day, and it was leaking. Just like, look, man, it's going to leak, but I mean, it's got that fresh protection, and it's maxing. It's protection maxing out, man, and it's fresh. The other diapers, though they didn't leak, smelled like codfish. But these were fresh protection max. When I'm wiping my dad's asshole, I like to pretend it's a giant wrinkly baby. Fresh protection max helped me with that. I didn't mind wiping up urine off the floor. And then I thought, I'll give these new Night Defense line a try. Fuck it.
Although, I like lost where I was. Although these claim to be more absorbent, they claim. Prove it. Oh, I guess they did prove it because he's writing a review. They seem to me to absorb a similar amount of urine to the Fresh Protection Max. Now, what we did was we set up a test and then wrung out the diapers at the end of the evening to find out which one held most urine. Occasionally, the urine stays in the underwear, but most of the time, his pants and the incontinence pads were soaked. Dude, your pants are fucking soaked. Stop wearing pants. I have yet to find an incontinent underwear that does not leak. That being said, depending on which is cheaper at the time, I'll hesitantly continue to buy these night defense diapers. Sorry, I'm just making up shit now. These night defense underwear and the Fresh Protection Max until I find something better. Jeez, he only gave 3 stars. He was not happy. Oh shit, this motherfucker. He's from Canada. Canadian. So yeah, the experience proved like to be conclusive and satisfactory, eh? Yeah. So like after multiple unsuccessful attempts of various like diapers to like support like a large volume of like urine for an Alzheimer's person, eh? So like sometimes like also adding like a tampon for the night, eh? You know what I mean? Like in your, your tampon thing. So like what we did was we tried this product, right? Which is more expensive, but it's like more miraculous. They're pleasingly surprised, Yeah, so what we did, right? We added like an anti-leak protection there, right? Like just in case, and it was funny looking right there at first, but like it fits right in there, buddy. And then after several nights there, pal, we there was no leaks, right? No leaks at all in the anti-leak diaper. So we went ahead and let the person sleep, like without like giving him anything, like let him wake up, right? To like replace their diaper. And then the northern winds came down pretty wicked, eh? And so like we was in here, I would tell you that after like 12 hours of like wicked sleeping, right? Eh? Like the diaper is like relatively full. Eh? So, and I mean like full, like maple syrup bucket full, man. Like it was to the brim. So we will continue to use, protective layer on top, because that's what we are to America. We're like a protective layer on top of America, So to like taking in the large size, because we're pretty big people up here, don't you know? Like we got some people in Quebec who like we're pretty big people. And the person he wears a decent 187 stones, and measures he measures a couple yards, the L size. It's not an L size. It's definitely it's a win. It's quite high in terms of like the waist, which Canadian, our waists are a little bit higher because of the snow. The snow makes our legs longer. We got to walk through the snow more, which it makes it very comfortable when you got a diaper on. So at the time of my purchase, like they were taking real dollar books, and I had to take my maple leaves and put them back in my pocket because they weren't taking them. And the pack of 14 diapers, that's pretty cheap, eh? But there's a pack of more quantities. So just watch out for it, Like just watch out for like mooses too, because they'll start to like scrape their horns and get pretty aggressive during the rutting season. So when you're out there tapping those maple trees, getting that sweet sap, just be on the lookout for those rutting mooses, and they'll ruin your day.
They'll put the blue on your Canadian flag. You know, we're just white and red. There's no blue in us. So we got an additional update after winter time because we didn't do much after that. After several more nights, I was totally satisfied. Right? So what I did was that I did like a wicked, like no risk, using protective pants. Right? Like the pants, like they were like kind of funny looking, so we didn't have to worry about those anymore. Sometimes there's overflows, but like the person drinks a lot of like water, which is another word for Lowenbrau beer. You know what I mean? Which is it's not really a beer; it's just water. It's just Lowenbrau. So we drink that, and then during the day, which has to the problem. I would say it's more of a drinking problem than a diaper problem. Hey. But he likes this diaper. And that raises quite high on the hips, Better than the other diapers. Oh, this was translated from French. So after multiple unsuccessful attempts for various diapers to support a larger volume of urine for an Alzheimer person, sometimes it also s'il vous plaît, a tampon away for the night là. See, so we're gonna. Oh, this is another one from Canada. This do job well. Quality made from my friend Jacques. Okay, and then the color stripe inside to easily differentiate between nighttime briefs and the daytime depend briefs. The briefs are gray in color and have uncomfortable reflexible fitting legs and legs. Very helpful for aging seniors and others dealing with incontinence. It is challenging to find these nighttime briefs, but depends in stores in Canada, but definitely in Quebec. So we are grateful to have found them on Amazon when needed them for a parrot. Oh, I'm sorry, not parrot, a parent. This is Val Stevens. I am Valjean Stevens. This product did not last 15 hours without leaking all over the floor. It leaked all over the floor and I kept wearing them. The product did not last 5 hours without leaking all over the floor. Tried it a couple of nights. Nowhere as good as Tina. Tina is not great. God damn you, Tina. You bitch. You buy me these griefs and then they do not work. You are a bastard. Bastardo. Oh shit, Deion Sanders is like, yo, dog, these are the ones I'm wearing. I'm Deion Sanders. This is some Deion Sanders. Oh shit, we got Cowboy Deion. Cowboy Deion. What do you say about Deion Sanders cowboy briefs? You can wear them on. You can wear them on your cowboy. Yeah! Get up, little cowboy. Top reviews. I want to see this 1 star. I don't feel like fucking logging the fucking. Don't feel like logging in. Don't feel like logging in. United Emirates, thumbs up. Just fuck. From Canada. Oh yeah, the sizing is good. They are comfortable to wear all day. Absorption is excellent, eh? Don't you know? All right. That was fun.
All right, so I kind of went over the Liam thing. I've read some fucking Amazon Depends. As soon as I started reading Amazon Depends reviews, I lost the views, so I'm gonna go and just go work. Thanks a lot, everybody. Is it pina colada? I'm not drinking any pina coladas right now. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Yeah, man, I had to start streaming since Finn won't stream. When you scratch the inside of your ear, it sounds like Pac-Man. Like, just stick your finger in your ear and wiggle it back and forth. It sounds like Pac-Man. Abba, 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 abba. Actually, you know why I'm feeling all giddy? Because these drawings are working. Like, I'm having to draw Jimi Hendrix, and it looks like Jimi Hendrix. It's always nice. It's always nice because it's kind of hard, man. You start drawing black people, man, and you're like, I might make somebody mad. Like, I don't want anybody to think I'm like actually racist, because I'm not. But like, you see the drawing, and it's like, jeez, I really got to draw the lips that big. I got to like erase them and draw them a little bit smaller. I got to like, you draw on the nose, and you're like, oh, I got to erase the bridge of the nose because, you know. It's a pickle. That's what I'm saying, dude. Where's Finn? I like when he's streaming. I wish I was. I want to see more Europeans. We could do like European voices and shit. And it's all in Canada. What the fuck? Look at that. I say Jimi Hendrix, and look at all this shit pops up. Nobody's really commenting on this dude wearing a cowboy hat, which I don't understand. I don't understand why you wouldn't. Why are you wearing a cowboy hat? Oh shit! This is the fresh protection guards. This is the max coverage. See, I'm like making jokes about this shit and watching like the next 5 years and be like, so guys, I got my Depends. They always have to like make sure that you know why they do it. I started using Depends for Men guards 17 plus years ago, shortly after radical prostate prostatectomy. What the fuck? Surgery for a very aggressive prostate cancer. Everybody, like, they want to make sure you know. Like, if you're a guy, like, yo, man. Like, the next one is like, I've been a prostate cancer survivor since 2024. You're like, all right. Because nobody, you don't want to just be on here and be like, look, man, I'm lazy as fuck. I got 1 foot. I'm 400 pounds. I'm fighting with Liam Gray, and I'm just too lazy to go get a fucking diaper. I'm too lazy to go to the bathroom, so I'm just going to wear a diaper. Yeah, these are all super excited people. Here we go. This guy's giving me 3. These pads are very affordable compared to others that I have purchased before. However, wait, what voice? I should do this in a voice. These pads are very affordable. Just imagine my head fucking nodding back and forth. These pads, they're very affordable compared to others that I have purchased before. However, it's quite frustrating to all the makers of these pads. Don't tell how much liquid hold in ounces. Oh, this guy's upset. Like, he's like, I only dream in ounces. I hear you, buddy. Instead, they have decided to just do P droplet symbols that are very inconsistent. It's as inconsistent as my inconsistency. They have like 5 out of 8 droplets, 3 out of 7, 4 out of 5 for the same company. Who come to this idea? It is not a very good idea, I just must say. I just want something above a thin liner that's hard to figure out that I should buy. You fuck me bloody. I buy these bloody. Sorry, I bought these bloody things because they listed 4 out of 5 biscuits, but they are very bulky. They are probably on hold a full-on accident. They are so huge they wrap around and under your bits. They make things hot down there. I'm talking hot. Data.
I add the clicks. There's no fucking clicks in fucking Indian. It's like hey, Matt Barr on Sunday, just fucking with people's accents and their fucking stupid ass fucking languages. They're so huge, they wrap under and beyond my bits. What does that mean? They are so huge, they wrap under and beyond. Like, all right, so you're imagining like they wrap under and around, and they're like fucking wrapped around the dude's face. He like pulls them up and over, and then just fucking hooks them onto his fucking head like a fitted sheet on a fucking bed. They make things hot down there. I bet, buddy. Well, I think they suggest that you shave all your ball hair off. Now I have over 100 lard pads that are oversized and going to be backups if I run out the other way smaller. But way more expensive ones I bought before a different brand. This wasn't helpful. This was dog shit. Uh-oh. Tina's showing up. They are fine. Oh, he's from Mexico. They are fine. Yeah. But the Tina brand is more absorbing. Yeah, so not so much a difference in price. Yeah. They are, como se dice, fine. It's a good, I guess, if you need to, senor. Uh-oh, Margaret from the United Kingdom.
Very poor absorbency. Will not purchase this product again. That's fine. You're upset about the fucking absorbency of your diaper while your fucking country's being fucking taken from you and gang raped. Oh shit, this fucking Canadian. Oh yeah, so they're not effective and much more expensive than the model do before $12. Way more expensive. Does not make no sense, bro. Oh, that's almost like Southern Surfer. They almost sound alike. Like, yeah, bro. So like they were like not effective, right? Like much of the expenses, man, were like models do before, right? Like $12, man. Like $12, you can get like 6 wax and like a soda pop. You know what I mean, man? Like not a diaper, right? So like more expensive. It like did not make sense, man. So we were down there by the break, and there was like a bunch of holies, dude, just like guys coming in, wherever, and they were like trying it for like several days, man. This product like peaked, right, and then like broke to the left and just peeled out, right? It was like really just like not working for our vibe. So like we went down the coast, and he would like replace it for like one that he used for like years, man. Like it was dinged up, but like it was alright, you know what I mean? So like I don't know if it was possible, but he was like really disappointed with his like new product. So we just like left it on the beach, and that was about it, man. This guy comes from the United Emirates. He's a T-boy from the United Emirates, and after being but fucked in the ass most of his life by other men, he his butthole don't work no more, so now he has to wear a diaper. Horrible. These guys over there, they're like, yeah, women, you need to wear your fucking burqas. Put that fucking trash bag over your head. But then they'll go and like watch fucking drag queen dudes like dance. It's very weird. It's like, okay, like they're all about the loopholes over there. They're like, no. Allah says we have to cover up that, but like he didn't say anything about guys wearing lipstick and dancing. Like we can watch that. That's okay. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. Crashes his bike on the couch. Okay, now I'm getting hungry. I doubt anybody wants to listen to any more of these fucking borderline racist voiceovers. I'm not even sure how you do it. Emirates. It must be like Indian, you know. This is the time I buy product for my father. He has been struggling with incontinencies and following a surgery by a Jew, but this product helped him get back to his normal life, even though the Jews of Israel have destroyed his livelihood. It doesn't leak even when we are sitting here with a pad planning our next October 7th, let alone walking and doing daily activities like picking up dates and herding our sheep into small areas where we could shake their asses. Highly recommended, even if you are not halal. Oh, this guy from India. Oh, shit, he's from India. Excellent pads for medium and constant. Good design for comfort. He actually says that. Not good design for comfort. It says God design for comfort. This is not a good design. This is the God design. When God sat there for 6 days working on the universe, these are his diapers that he wore. I don't understand the fucking cowboy thing, man. I don't understand. Like, I'm putting on my shades. I got my satin jacket. I got my fucking cowboy hat, my brand new cowboy hat. Who are you? Deion Sanders? What are you telling me, Deion, with your fucking manicure and your little gold bracelets? What kind of nouveau riche Texan are you? I don't get where was he with the fucking Cowboys? He was with the Cowboys, so that maybe that makes sense. And his fucking jacket, is that a leather or satin? That could be leather, right? Shiny, weird leather. What do you think about shiny leather like that? I hate that shit. It's got like fucking chitlets for teeth. Look at that nose. That's a proud fucking TJ honker right there. Honk honk. All right. Take it easy. I'm out. Have a good day. Go watch that Liam shit. That shit's wild. Is this real? Is this a real thing? Angela, it's real.